The greatest trick the system ever played on you was convincing you that wealth is hard. They want you to believe it is calculus, mysterious, complex, reserved for geniuses, the lucky, or the chosen few. It is not. It is arithmetic. It is brutally simple, almost offensively so. The reason you are not rich is not because you lack intelligence. It is not because the economy is broken. It is because you are following a moral code that was built to keep you poor. You are playing checkers while the wealthy are playing war. Niccolo Machiavelli, the man who wrote the Manual for Power, recognized this centuries ago. He looked at the world and saw a simple truth. The universe does not reward good intentions. It rewards effectiveness. You are struggling because you are trying to be a good employee, a good saver, a good citizen. You are waiting for the world to hand you a gold star for your suffering. But the world does not care about your pain. It respects only one thing: leverage. I am going to show you the operating system of the wealthy. It is not polite. It is not fair. But it works. If you are easily offended, leave. Go back to the comfort of the lie. But if you want to know why money always seems to flow away from you and toward them, stay. We are going to dismantle the illusion. By the end of this, you will hold the psychological keys to unlock the resource that controls the planet. You will understand how to position yourself so that money comes to you as a natural consequence of your existence, not as a reward for exhaustion. But to reach this, you must be willing to kill the version of yourself that seeks approval. Machiavelli said, "It is double pleasure to deceive the deceiver." The system has deceived you. Today we turn the tables. But first, we must destroy the foundation of your poverty. Law 1, the economy of pain. Stop trying to chase your passion. Passion is a hobby. Passion is for weekends. If you want wealth, you must follow the pain. Machiavelli knew that a prince does not secure power by doing what he loves. He secures power by solving the chaos that terrifies his subjects. Money is simply a certificate of solved problems. The bigger the problem, the bigger the payment. The more urgent the problem, the more desperate the buyer. Look at your life now. You are likely paid for your time. You clock in. You do a task. You clock out. This is the behavior of a peasant in the Machiavellian court. You trade your finite life for a fixed rate. It is a losing trade. The wealthy do not trade time. They trade solutions to pain. Think about it. Why does a heart surgeon earn more than a cleaner? Because the pain of a dirty floor is minor. The pain of a stopped heart is death. If you are broke, it is because the problems you solve are too small, too easy, or too common. You are solving problems anyone can solve. Therefore, you are replaceable. And if you are replaceable, you have no leverage. Machiavelli advised, make yourself necessary to someone. Do not make them love you. Make them need you. Love is fickle. Need is binding. If your boss loves you, he can still fire you when the budget tightens. If he needs you because you hold keys to the clients, the code, or the revenue, he cannot touch you. In fact, he must pay whatever you ask. Ask yourself right now, what pain do I relieve? If the answer is, I answer emails or I drive a truck, you are in danger. You are competing with millions and soon machines. You must find pain that is expensive, urgent, and specific. Then position yourself as the only aspirin in the pharmacy. This is simple. Identify where people are bleeding financially, emotionally, physically. Stand there. Offer relief. Do not ask for money. Charge for the relief. Getting rich is simple once you realize you are not selling a product. You are selling the removal of suffering. Law 2, the fox and the trap. Strategic cunning. Most of you were raised on the donkey doctrine: work hard, keep your head down, carry the load, and eventually the farmer will reward you. Machiavelli laughs at this. He wrote, "The lion cannot protect himself from traps, and the fox cannot defend himself from wolves. One must therefore be a fox to recognize traps, and a lion to frighten wolves. The donkey works until death. The fox observes the system and finds the shortcut. The trap you are in is believing that effort equals wealth. It does not. If effort equaled wealth, the construction worker sweating in the sun would be a billionaire and the guy in a suit moving money on a laptop would be broke. Reality shows the opposite. Why? Because the market does not pay for effort. It pays for impact. The donkey uses brute force. The fox uses leverage. Leverage is the art of getting more output per unit of input. It is the secret mechanism of the rich. There are 3 forms of Machiavellian leverage you must master. First, labor leverage. This is having others work for you. The donkey carries the stone. The fox hires 10 donkeys and takes a percentage of every stone moved. Second, capital leverage. This is making money work for you. The donkey saves coins in a jar. The fox borrows the donkey's savings from the bank to buy the farm the donkey works on. Third, and most important now, code and media leverage. This is the new frontier. This script is being written once, but will be watched by thousands, maybe millions. The work is done once. The payment is perpetual. That is the fox. If you work a job where you must be present to get paid, you are trapped. You have zero leverage. Getting rich becomes simple when you stop asking how to work harder and start asking how to detach income from presence. You need a machine. A business is a machine. An investment portfolio is a machine. A YouTube channel is a machine. Software is a machine. The wealthy spend their early years building machines so they can spend later years maintaining them. The poor spend their lives being the machine. Which one are you? Law 3. Perception is reality. Here is a harsh truth. You are not paid what you are worth. You are paid what people think you are worth. Machiavelli wrote, "Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are." In wealth, optics are not vanity. They are utility. Look cheap, you are beaten down on price. Look desperate, you are exploited. Look uncertain, people will not invest. Take 2 consultants. Consultant A is brilliant, but shows up wrinkled, timid, eager, always replying immediately. Consultant B is average, but has a polished website, speaks slowly and confidently, is hard to reach, and charges 10 times more. Who gets the contract? Consultant B every time. Why? Because expensive equals good. Hard to access equals demand. You are underpricing because you judge value by your struggle. Stop. Price is a signal. Raising prices not only earns more, but attracts higher quality clients. Machiavelli advised princes to maintain majesty, never stumble publicly, never beg. Apply this, never complain about money, never look needy. The strongest negotiation is being able to walk away and mean it. Humans follow status. Project high status through discipline, dress, speech, boundaries. People will give resources instinctively. Project weakness. They will take from you. Audit your appearance, digital footprint, speech, availability. Are you a commodity or a prize? Wealth flows to the prize. Law 4, the ruthlessness of removal. You think you need more to get rich. More ideas, contacts, hours. Machiavelli would say you need less. A prince cannot rule with parasites, jesters, and traitors in the court. He purges them. Your life is likely cluttered with poverty-inducing variables. First, the people. I will not give the cliché. You are the average of 5 people around you. I will go darker. You are a victim of the tolerance you permit. Tolerate friends who complain. You absorb victimhood. Tolerate partners who crave safety over freedom. You are anchored. Machiavelli cut off those who did not serve the state's stability. You must cut off those who do not serve your future. This is not being mean. It is quarantine. Mindsets are contagious. Poverty is a virus. It spreads through language, through habits, through weekends escaping reality instead of building it, and through fear. If you are the smartest person in your room, you are in the wrong room. You are stagnating. Second, cut out the noise. You spend hours consuming content that makes you angry, envious, or distracted. This is mental poison. The wealthy consume information that gives them an advantage. The poor consume information that gives them an escape. Every time you scroll, someone else is getting richer. You are the product. Your attention is the resource they are mining. Machiavelli would look at someone scrolling TikTok for 3 hours and see a slave who loves their chains. Reclaim your focus. It is the raw material of your wealth. If you cannot sit for 4 hours on a single task, building your business, mastering a high-income skill, you will never be rich. Focus is the new IQ. In a world full of dopamine addicts, the person who can sit and work on one thing until it is done is godlike. Getting rich is simple. Remove everything that is not building the asset. Friends, habits, apps, thoughts. If it does not pay rent, evict it. Law 5, the immoral shift. This is where we leave comfortable advice behind. You were taught that money is the root of all evil, that rich people are selfish, that there is nobility in poverty. Machiavelli taught that a prince must learn how not to be good. This does not mean being evil. It means being effective. The world is not a Disney story. It is a fight for limited resources. If you feel guilty about taking money, you will repel it. You must shift your mindset about transactions. When you sell something valuable, you are not stealing money. You are exchanging value. But here is the darker truth. The market does not care about your intentions. It only cares about your results. You must be willing to be aggressive. You must be willing to compete. If you start a business, you are taking market share from someone else. You are putting food on your table, which may mean taking it off theirs. That is the nature of the game. If you are too nice to close the deal, someone else will. If you are too polite to negotiate a higher salary, the company keeps the difference. Your niceness is donating money to people who do not care about you. Machiavelli said it is better to be feared than loved. In business, that means it is better to be respected for competence and boundaries than to be liked for compliance. Stop trying to be the nice guy. The nice guy finishes last because he puts everyone else's needs before his own. The wealthy put their mission first. They are not cruel, but indifferent to opinions that do not matter. They face conflict. They fire incompetent people. They enforce agreements. They say no without apologizing. To get rich, you must grow a thicker skin. You must be willing to be misunderstood. You must be willing to be called greedy or obsessed by people who are broke. Wear their judgment like a badge. It means you are winning. If you are still reading, you survived the first cut. Most did not. They clicked away when I said poverty is a choice of tolerance. They clicked away when I said niceness is a weakness in power accumulation. Good. We do not need them. Wealth is exclusive. If everyone had it, it would be worthless. Now that the room is cleared, let's go deeper into the mechanics of wealth. We covered mindset. Now we discuss capture. Making money is useless if you do not know how to keep it, multiply it, and use it to buy freedom. Law 6. The fortress of retention. Machiavelli spent as much time writing about keeping power as gaining it. He knew men quickly change when their interests shift. The world wants your money. Governments want it in taxes. Corporations want it through consumption. Inflation wants it in devaluation. Friends and family want it in favors. If you make $1 million and spend $1 million, you are not rich. You are a conduit, a pipe that money flows through. Wealth is what stays in the reservoir. The system is designed to make you a consumer. Every ad, algorithm, social pressure is made to take your capital. Treat yourself. You deserve it. Upgrade your lifestyle. That is propaganda. The wealthy do not upgrade until the asset pays for it. Here is the rule. You never buy luxuries with labor. You buy luxuries with the interest from assets. If you work for a car, you are a slave to the car. You must keep working to maintain it. But if you buy an asset with your labor, rental property, dividend stock, business, and the asset pays for the car, you are free. The asset works for you. Machiavelli would tell you to build a fortress. Legally, that means understanding taxes, using corporations to protect liability. Socially, it means practicing stealth wealth. Real power is quiet. The loudest man in the room is usually the one with the most debt. He flashes his feathers to prove he can fly. The eagle soars silently. When you start making money, stay quiet. Do not buy a flashy watch to impress people you hate. Buy the freedom to wake up at noon on Tuesday if you want. That is the ultimate flex. Protection is part of the game. If you are not cautious about what you built, you will lose it. Machiavelli warned, a prince must always be ready for war, especially in peace. When money flows, that is when you must dig the moat. Law 7. The weaponization of time. Let's return to leverage, applied to lifespan. You are dying. I do not say this to depress you, but to wake you. Every second gone is a second you cannot get back. The poor sell time. The rich buy it. That is the fundamental divide. Cleaning your own house says your time is worth $20 an hour. Waiting in line to save $5 values life at pennies. Machiavelli knew a ruler cannot do everything. Delegate. Become obsessed with effective hourly rate. If you want to be a millionaire, your time must be worth $500 an hour. Doing a task worth $20 burns $480 every hour. That is literal money lost. Getting rich is simple. Stop low-value tasks. Outsource, automate, eliminate. I can't afford help, you say. You cannot afford not to. Hire help to free time to build 500-hour skills. Guard your time like a dragon guards gold. Do not let people pick your brain. Skip meetings that could be emails. Avoid social obligations. Machiavelli said, learn to say no gracefully. Learn to be scarce. The more rare your time, the more valuable. Detach income from time, protect remaining time, Law 7. Holy Grail, autonomy. Wake, decide, act. That is wealth. Everything else is shiny handcuffs. Law 8, the unfair advantage. Symmetry. The world says play fair. Machiavelli says win. In finance, this is asymmetry. Seek bets with limited downside, infinite upside. Jobs have capped upside. You will never make 1000x salary. Downside is total. You get fired. Bad asymmetry. Starting a business, creating content, investing in risky but promising assets. Downside is some money or time lost. Upside could change life forever. Hunt unfair advantages. What do you know others don't? Who do you know others don't? What are you willing to do others won't? Maybe your location, maybe a second language, maybe niche obsession. Lean into it. Do not aim to be well-rounded. Well-rounded people make employees. Spiky people make history. Find your spike. Sharpen it lethal. Good at writing? Write until best. Good at sales? Sell until you own the company. Specialization monopolizes value. Machiavelli, focus on enemy's weak point. Find weak points in the market, things ignored, done badly, and attack with unfair advantage. Dominate, don't compete. Law 9, the end of hope. Brutal. Hope is for fools. Hope for raise, economy, luck. Machiavelli despised relying on fortuna. He admired boldness. Fortune is a woman. To control, you must act decisively. Strip misogyny, see truth. Do not wait for luck. Drag it into being. Kill the part of you waiting to be saved. No one is coming. No government bailout. No rich uncle.